Hi. Okay, this question is about how we use our audience research to help in producing our final product. For example, our promo, our digipack, and our CD cover. Firstly, we had gone to a group of people which included a few media students who were in my class and a few friends, a few people that listened to the genre of our music, which was soft rock metal, and new metal genre. And of course, one teacher which has had a lot of media experience and background. Okay, the first question we asked them was what they expected to see in this type of genre of music. And here is their feedback. Or their, you know what I mean.
Lots of black and dark colours and like leather. Okay. And in this video, I can like picture something really abstract and just weird, not actually relating to the lyric. Dark scenery, possibly fire.
I can just think of a mosh pit going on.
I would see it as something which is dark. I can imagine it with heavy masks and with like face painting. And I don't know, it sounds silly, but probably something that I would see in SmackDown, like opening from someone.
Live band, but outdoors, for sure.
Probably some sense of rebellion, chaos, in terms of colours, black.
As you may have picked up, the most common responses were dark lighting, mainly all conventional things amongst our genre, such as, which I thought one of the most important was the narrative. So if we were to have a narrative, it doesn't have to be completely to do with the lyrics, which I think was an important response to our group, and we acted upon it. Also, after viewing these videos over and over, my group went into consideration and we decided to take a few more concepts to which the audience had responded to us. For example, firstly, we had the idea of a mosh pit and a wrestler, and we combined them to create a narrative which was based along a fighter. Also, the teacher at the end had said something to do with rebelliousness, something along those lines. I'm not sure what it was, but it was something to do with rebelling. So we put all three together into one narrative to create a storyline, which I think fitted perfectly with our music video. Now, another thing we wanted to take from our audience responses was the element of fire, but sadly, due to our location, we were unable to do it according to safety regulations. So we decided to use stage lighting, which added that visual effect of lighting to be around there. And finally, another element we added to the band was the leather jacket, which is very conventional in a lot of rock music videos nowadays, especially the new metal genre. And personally, I like leather jackets and I think they suit me. Okay, to help with our completion of the full promo video, we had also asked the audience if they would prefer it to see full performance base or full narrative base, or if there is a possibility of a combination of both, and here are their responses.
Performance narrative.
Both performance and narrative,
yeah.
And more of what?
I think more of performance, because that's normally what you see in rock videos.
Mostly performance, because I don't really see much of a narrative.
Narrative, I would say, because there's quite a lot of singing.
Okay. I say performance. I would say I could see them on a live stage with audience. Okay. But I could also see it in a movie, something which is audio background based.
Probably more performance based.
And should there be a small narrative or or no narrative at all, or?
There could be a small narrative. I think that would work.
I think it's more performance, way more performance.
Okay. Do you think there will be a narrative in it, a storyline in it? Or
You could fit one, it would make sense, but it has to be more.
As you can see, there was a combination of both, but mainly performance was selected. So we decided to try and challenge the conventions and produce a promo which was a mixture of both. After completion of a rough cut, we had then moved to a focus group which consisted of one of the actors we had used as a fighter, and the rest were all media students who were able to analyse it critically.
Okay, was the story or narrative clear?
Well, the fight scenes were clear. Not sure about the storyline when you gave the money.
There was a bit that was confusing. It was like in the middle when you got the money. I wasn't quite sure what was going on then, but that was the only part that was unclear to me.
Yeah, it's the only bit.
As you can see, there was a confusion in the narrative, which I personally don't understand what was hard to understand about it. Maybe that's because I made it, but it wasn't very difficult to understand. So we decided to ask them why it was difficult to understand and how we should improve it and what changes we should make to help the audience and our target audience in understanding what the narrative is about. And here are the responses.
What do you think? What was the narrative?
Well, I thought he was getting into a fight, and then the guy saw that he wasn't doing well, so he paid him to get a trainer. But I'm not sure if that's what it was.
Yeah, I thought you just got paid to lose the game and fight.
Yeah.
I thought he said maybe like I'll pay you more if you win this fight, and then he didn't win, so he trained to win.
So after receiving their feedback, we had gone back to our rough cut and edited it to make it more understandable and make it clearer about what the narrative was. And then secondly, we had asked them about how our star image was being portrayed and how useful it was.
Was Amir's star image believable?
Yeah, because of the lecture here and like just the way he was lip syncing and stuff. Yeah, that made it look believable.
Yeah, and he looked quite aggressive, so it kind of got across the genre of the song, like Let's Rock. And the main focus was on him, like even in the narrative he was the protagonist, so...
It's clear like that he's actually getting into it, and it looks like actual video.
I was going to say the same. He was into it, like he's moving with the music, is lip breathing the same time when the music was going on.
Yeah.
And it was going quite well.
He said lip reading, I think he meant lip syncing. But anyway, as you can see, our performance element was not a thing we had to edit as it was completely understandable and to an extent, I would say, perfect in portraying the genre of new metal. And also the narrative after the rough cut had been done, I think the audience was now able to understand how the storyline went and how the narrative went. Okay, now moving on to the poster and digipack and the CD cover, basically all the ancillary tasks. We had got inspiration from our main fighter in the video, whose name is Faisal, who you saw previously. We had asked him along what kind of CD cover we should use, and he goes, we should use a Street Fighter character as a... Moving on to our ancillary tasks, we had asked our main fighter, Faisal, we previously saw in part of our focus group, what kind of poster we should use, and he had instantly gone straight to Street Fighter as an inspiration. So here is an image of the inspiration picture we had used to help create our poster. Okay, the final bit of audience research which we used. The final bit of audience research which we had used to help improve our product was their feedback on all our ancillary tasks. But the main thing that was a concern was our branding, as our names for each thingy on each product. The name of a band on each product was different throughout, so therefore our research group had told us to change them so all were similar and showed continuity throughout all the products. And that's it really. And after this, personally, I went to a friend of mine and asked him were there any more improvements we could have made, as for personal reasons, so if I was making another product later on in life, I know what kind of things to change.
A few negative aspects in this. What I found a bit negative was the knockout scene could have been improved by freezing just before impact, and then if you rotate the camera around the characters and then finally resuming it with the kick, that would create more of an effect with the final move at the end. Let's see. The lighting in the fight could have been brighter, as the audience are just as important in the video as well as the fighters. And it also showed that if you use the audience's sound, you can actually show the audience as well while they're making it, so it made it more believable in the video. The band should have been shown more a little bit more, as it obviously shows that the focus is mainly on the singer, which did not promote the main image of the band that was used in the poster. But regarding the poster was done very well. So that should be all. Yep, that was it. Okay. Yeah, I did it in a really shit way.
Okay, that's it now. That's my question done. I'm sorry if this was boring, and I'm sorry of the length about it, and I'm sorry I'm just totally amazing. Okay, yeah, that's it really. Okay, take care. See you around. Bye.